This is a great sign. The New York Rangers had an opportunity to get back in the win column last night, and they took full advantage of that. Their highest paid players came to play, and they may have found a hidden gem in the organization. We're going to break that all down in this episode of Rangers Digest. But before we do, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. About 70% of you who watch these videos are not actually subscribed to the channel. So if you want to do yourself a favor, it's free. Hit that subscribe button and you get to stay up to date with everything New York Rangers. And that's right, I said it in my video yesterday, the New York Rangers had a huge opportunity to pick up a win against a struggling Buffalo Sabres team that at this point has lost 8 in a row. And obviously the Rangers coming into this one had lost 8 of their last 10. And this was a game I think was a must win for the New York Rangers. And, you know, I talked about it yesterday too. They had this little group huddle, which they haven't done in a long time, according to, you know, all insiders and obviously fans. We haven't seen this in quite a while. And I know some people were saying, oh, that's a photo from a couple years ago or last year. No, this was yesterday before morning skate, as you can see in the Buffalo Sabres arena. And they obviously had a group huddle, and they knew, you know, we don't know exactly what was said in that group huddle, but we know, you know, kind of what was said. Like, we know what the sentiment was and what had to be done, and they went out and did it. And I want to get into some updates first, and then we'll talk about the game, some interesting stuff here. First of all, shout out to Mika Zibanejad. He's been catching a lot of flack lately from media, from the fans, and it, you know, to a degree, deservedly so, because you know what, he's not living up to his contract, especially this year, but he scores his 300th career goal in this game. He is the 8th Swedish-born player, or skater, I should say, to reach the milestone. That is a great accomplishment. He is one of the best, you know, players in this league over the last couple of years, or, you know, the last 10 years, Swedish-born players. So that is unbelievable for Mika Zibanejad. And again, he's been catching a lot of flack, but at the end of the day, got his jersey on my wall, still believe in this player. I think that the skill is still there. I think it's just a mental issue with this team that they can still actually get back on track, but that is yet to be seen. Obviously a big win here, and he got a power play goal in this game, and he had a little jump to his step last night. I thought he was actually playing with some energy last night and creating chances for himself. So thought he looked a little bit better last night. Again, there's a next level he's still got to get to, you know, to obviously reach for the Rangers to find success, and especially because of how much money he makes, but that was encouraging signs. And another update is Kreider Miller left with an upper body injury last night. He did not return to the game, and Peter Laviolette did not give an update on his status either. And I know a lot has been made about Kreider Miller. Actually, I think him and Zibanejad have been the two guys catching the most flack from media, from fans this season. And again, to a degree, rightfully so, but hope he's okay. Hope he's not out long term. And again, I thought he was having a pretty good game last night. Again, they were playing the Buffalo Sabres, and we talked about this when they beat the Montreal Canadiens as well. But I thought he had a decent game last night. Hopefully he's not out too long, and hope to see him return to the lineup. But again, no update from Peter Laviolette on that yet. As soon as we get that, obviously we'll update you in a video. And you know, one guy I wanted to touch on as well is Berard, because he was called up, you know, a little while ago. He's got some games under his belt now at the NHL level. He's been playing with the Rangers, you know, throughout this entire horrible streak, really, of games. But he's been a bright spot. He's looked really good to me. And I want to point one thing out from last night specifically, because he's looked fantastic. We'll get to Chytil in a second. But this play, Schneider puts the puck on net, and it's not, you know, about making the perfect pass every time. It's about, you know, putting the puck to an area. I see the Florida Panthers do this a lot, putting the puck to an area and going to get it. And there, a great defensive play by him again. And I'll play this again. It's just, you know, the puck gets to an area. It's a low shot on goal there. I like it. He creates an opportunity here. He's hounding the puck. He's on Owen Power, right? And he doesn't necessarily get the puck, but he creates space for his teammates to then get the puck. And then a great defensive play here at the blue line. So Berard has been really, really good. Love his game so far. I don't think, you know, he is maybe a full-time NHLer at this point, but, you know, he could be, right? Like, if he continues to play well, he could stick around with the team. So I think the plan still is to let him develop a little bit more, but I think it's very interesting. He's playing his way kind of into a spot here. I think he's doing exactly what he's being asked of, and that is to create some energy for the Rangers, create some chances. And I just noticed that last night specifically. I thought that was a really, really good play by him, and that's something that I noticed that really good teams like the Florida Panthers do. It's not necessarily about controlling the puck all the time. If you don't have a play, put it to an area, go get it, win that battle, right? And I feel like the Rangers are a team that don't have a lot of that, don't really do a lot of that. And if they get to do more of that, like Berard's doing here, they will find success, because I think the top teams in the league, again, like Florida, do stuff exactly like that. So more of that from Brett Berard and, the rest of the team as well. One other guy I want to focus on really quick before we move on to Zibanejad and focus on him more so is obviously Filip Chytil. He's been fantastic as well. Great play here, great defensive play on Tage Thompson of all people. And he's been dancing the last couple of games. Again, it hasn't really resulted in too much, but he's been one of the Rangers' best players and certainly I think their best center so far this year when he's been healthy. So again, just wanted to highlight him. I thought he's been really, really good as well this year. And he was kind of dancing around last night. I love to see that from Filip Chytil. And I'm glad that he's feeling better as well because this is a guy who's dealt with a lot of injury troubles and not just injury troubles, but concussion troubles as well. And that's very serious. So nice to see him playing well, doing his thing. And again, he's been, I think, at least 5-on-5, the Rangers' best center this year by far. So he's been great. And obviously guys like Will Cooley in the mix with him. Capo Kakko having a very quiet, good season, obviously made Team Finland, so he's been fantastic as well. This is from Mika Zibanejad after last night's game in Buffalo. That's what we talked about before the game. Just one win. That's all we care about. I don't think that's all they care about, but I think I get the sentiment of what he's trying to say here. Like, let's just get a win here so we can start rolling. Obviously, you want to be able to stand here with an unbelievable effort for 60 minutes and have only positive stuff to say, but I'll take the win. We'll take the win and keep building. And I thought he played a much better game last night. He looked more engaged. His shots look like he actually cared because like the last little while, I don't know, there's just something about the way he was playing as if he was disengaged, completely disengaged. And last night he looked like he was in the game. So love that effort from him. And Vince Mercogliano saw the same thing. It looked like Zibanejad was feeling his shot a little bit more than he has all season last night. UPL made a couple big saves on him as well. But a great goal there on the power play. And again, it's on the power play. You want to see more 5-on-5 from the Rangers as well. But you know what? A win is a win. And whatever gets you feeling better. And I said it yesterday in a video too. This team has to start playing, a more fun caliber of hockey again. They have to go back to having fun with things. It can't be so serious. I know they're losing, but to get out of this, you got to go back to having fun and playing the way that we know that you can from like last year and previous years. So if they can do that, I think that they may find success. So should be very interesting heading forward, because the schedule gets very interesting. They should be able to pick up a couple wins here. I still have faith in this team. Again, it's going to be very interesting down the stretch here because, a moment like this could be, season defining, right? We are well past American Thanksgiving at this point. And that's kind of the deadline for me. If you're out of the playoffs at that point, it's looking tough for you. If you're in the playoffs, like you have a pretty good shot there. We're well past that. We're almost at Christmas now. This could be, and they're slowly dropping out of the playoffs. This was a big win. This could be a season-defining moment for them. So I'm really hoping that it is. And final thing before we wrap up, I thought that Adam Fox had a really, really good game. Like his best game in maybe a month last night. So I just wanted to highlight that as well. I thought Adam Fox played great. He was rewarded with an empty net goal, which was probably one of the crazier ones we've seen this season besides maybe the bank shots, but rewarded with an empty net goal, and he played a really, really good game last night, and his numbers this year are pretty crazy on the assist totals, so he's had a pretty decent season so far, but again, last night I thought he really came to play, and everyone kind of locked in, and I think if we see more of that, the Rangers could string some wins together, and here's to hoping for that. So let me know what you think in the comments below about everything that's happening with the Rangers lately. I'm sure we'll have some civil discussions. I love everyone's perspective and opinions down there. I can appreciate all of that. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything New York Rangers.